Family Builders' mission is to strengthen relationships in families in order to break the cycles of child abuse and family violence. And we've been doing that for nearly 40 years, working with families that have abuse and violence within their home and helping them learn new and better ways to have healthy relationships in their families and provide safe and loving and nurturing homes for their children.
Family Builders doesn't separate you out from as you're a bad person. They understand you, they pay attention to you. They have a lot to offer, and if you have something on your chest you need to get off, they're going to stop and listen. They've just got so many opportunities to learn how to be a better person.
Family Builders helps you to get a better view on how to be a parent. It helps you to learn things that you didn't know, especially if you're a first-time mom.
We focus on education really as the key. We have 3 major programs. One is our parenting program or child abuse prevention program, where we work primarily with parents, mostly who've had their children removed from the home due to abuse or neglect. We also have our Batterers Intervention Program that's for perpetrators of domestic violence. And then our community education program works with the public and child-serving professionals on how to recognize and report child abuse. And we also have a program geared specifically for children that's a puppet program that helps children learn ways that they can help protect themselves. Every year it seems our child abuse statistics keep going up instead of down. We need to break that cycle. We need to help those families learn how to better parent their children so that their children don't continue with that into their own families. And if we don't help those individuals learn how to have different relationships, then they're just going to repeat that over and over again.
My name's Richard Pierce, father of 4, 3 boys, 1 daughter. Me and my ex-wife were having some problems. There were a couple of instances where things escalated. We ended up divorcing. I found myself kind of jumping into a relationship. We have a 2-year-old together. We got into a fight, it escalated. We put our hands on each other. I definitely did the one thing in my life that I'm most ashamed of. I put my hands on her in a restraining way, and I felt guilt and shame immediately, and it led to DHS becoming involved in our lives, and the 2 youngest children being removed from the home. I agreed to submit to their suggestions that I complete a couple 12-week courses that were outstanding here, as well as a 52-week Batterers Intervention, kind of an anger management. There's been a dozen or so times that I've definitely in the last year used the skills I've learned here at Family Builders. I'm nearing hopefully the end of what's been, the hardest part of my life, to have, 2 of my children not in the home. Family Builders and the services they provide are vital for those who want to make a change. We have to come to a place like this to learn the skills necessary.
I started Family Builders because I was in a very bad relationship with my son's dad. We had gone to court and I had him court ordered to take anger management, parenting, compassion, just to show my good faith. I went ahead and decided to go ahead and volunteer to take one of these courses. I ended up with the compassion class. It helped me practice more patience, and it helped me recognize that when I have a problem, it's really something inside of me and not the problem itself. It helped me react to life better. I have custody of my son. I always have. Some of these people don't, and it's really sad. But, through classes like this and doing what they're supposed to do, they can get their kids back, and they can get their kids back and have healthy relationships with them.
There's not one single answer to the problem of child abuse and domestic violence. There's a lot of different pieces, a lot of moving parts to that problem, but Family Builders plays a big role in breaking that cycle.
The things that you learn at Family Builders are not things that they teach you in school. There's no one with a life lessons manual to teach you how to recognize and how to cope with or understand or work towards solving the problems that Family Builders addresses. When I got into the class, I kind of felt like I looked around the room and I felt like, okay, I don't belong in here. But then after a few weeks of coming, I was like, man, there's so many different situations and why people have to end up in these classes. Then by the end of it, you're like, you know, you're a good mom. There were a few other girls in the class that we actually exchanged numbers and we hung out, we went swimming with our kids. It's important to help people rehabilitate from the domestic violence and, you know, negative behaviors, because if you don't, then you're gonna raise little people that are gonna have those same issues. And really, overall, Family Builders, it's about the kids.
Abuse crosses all socioeconomic lines, all racial lines. It's everywhere. Because it's abuse, it's child abuse, it's something no one wants to talk about. I think it's time for us to do something about it. We need to get a little mad. No one wants to think about it, but we have to think about it. And it's time for us to do something about it.
Without doing something, without taking a stand, and without the help and education to change, it doesn't typically happen. I mean, without Family Builders, change won't happen.
It's important that the community does something about child abuse, because if we don't, it's going to continue. And I didn't even realize how serious it was until I came to compassion class here at Family Builders.
You have to do something with the help of a place like Family Builders if you want to enact change in your life and your children's life and your significant other's life.
I just think it's really important that the whole community, everyone, each individual person, think about what they can do. If not us, then who? We have to do something about it now.